What's up, guys? Welcome to the Changeover Podcast. This is the Weekly Grind. Today we are in San Diego, and we're back with AJ, and we have a guest, Alex Kotzen. He is currently ranked around 977 in ATP. He plays for Columbia University. He was as high as number 7 in college, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. I'm still getting the hang of the mic, but yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, just did some research before we started, but yeah, we're happy to be back with AJ together again. Finally, 4 of us.
Happy to be back.
I wouldn't say
You're not happy?
I wouldn't go so far.
I'm not even in the mic.
Can't get rid of me.
Let me get in the mic properly so we can do this podcast
In
properly.
the mic or the camera or the view?
The camera. Should we start over?
No, I like it.
All right, good.
Good to hear.
All right, Alex, tell us a little bit about, you're from New York, right? Growing up in New York, how was that?
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm glad I wasn't there for when I was like 14 to 18. I feel like in high school you grow up like really, really fast being in the city, but I was there from when I was born until when I turned 13. Moved out to Jersey for a year, then I went to Barcelona for 1 year also to an academy, and I got a lot better there.
So you did online school in Barcelona?
No, it was at Sanchez Casal. Now it's just Sanchez, in Barcelona. So they had like an American school that was a part of the academy. So I'd go to school from like 8 to 2 and then play from like 2:30 to like 6:30. So it's a good setup. Because in New York, it's tough. Like when I was young, I was getting back at like 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m. as like a 10-year-old.
Which part of New York are you from?
New York?
Yeah.
Manhattan. Like, Upper West Side.
Like New York,
yeah, like
New York.
like
Gotcha.
New York. If you're like Westchester, like that's not like really New York. I consider
No,
New
yeah,
York's
no.
like Manhattan,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I guess New York is all of New York State, but like we just think
The
of it as a
city.
city if you're from there. Yeah, so
So is that how you ended up? I saw you train a little bit in Naples too. Is that how you had that connection with Sanchez Casal?
exactly. Yeah, so I grew up going to the one in Spain. I didn't really know that there was one in Naples where Emilio actually was, but now when I go down there, I just train with him, which is really nice. My dad, I have 2 younger brothers. Both of them are actually going to Columbia. One is on the team with me now. He's a freshman there, which is awesome. We played some dubs this year, which is pretty good.
You guys were teammates?
Yeah.
I like on the court, I mean, like doubles teammates.
Oh, we played like 5 matches together.
Okay.
We didn't play the whole year.
Did we well together or no?
Yeah, we won every match actually. It was good. It was good. Yeah, it was awesome. Good feeling. Yeah.
That's
so
nice.
That was cool.
So what? How'd you end up at Columbia? What like decision making to go to Ivy League school?
Yeah, sure. It's a good question. My parents, they were like pretty academic. Like you got to go to a good school. They were like, you're never gonna be a professional tennis player.
No
like
way.
you're not good enough. Like that was like what they were thinking. So they're like, dude, you got to go like top 15 school. So they only let me look at the Ivies.
Like top 15, like education.
academic.
That's brutal.
Yeah, so it's only the Ivies, Duke, Northwestern, Notre Dame, and then Stanford. I wasn't really like good enough to, like they considered it, I think, but their process was way later also.
So if we rewind to when you were 17 again,
Yeah,
without your parents' influence, would you have chosen Ivy?
I don't know, because that's like all I knew really. I went to a really tough high school. It was good though. It prepared me for Columbia well. Like I don't feel like school is that tough. Honestly, I think the hardest class I ever took was when I was in 10th grade, like AP US history. It was brutal.
What's
like,
your GPA like? You a genius or what?
I have like a 3.7, not insane, but
3.7.
Unreal.
Is it?
3.7.
Dude, no, it's not. I swear it's not that hard. I swear it's not that hard. Like there are a few weeks where it's like brutal. Like 2 days I wrote like 50 pages on like some insane topics, which are like it's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like finals I learned the most.
Do the athletes get help there?
You can get like a tutor if you want, but no one really.
I remember talking to a friend who went to Harvard. He's like,
Yeah.
we don't have tutors or anything for the athletes.
Oh, at Columbia you have athletic tutors if you
That's
want. I think
nice.
it's the only, but no, none of our guys use them.
Really?
Yeah, no, we don't use.
I
mean, we don't.
survived off them.
Really?
They're all geniuses at Columbia, but they don't
Dude,
need.
no, it just depends what you
tutors.
major in. It depends what you major in. Like if you do like
What'd you major in?
sustainable development, it's like econ, poli-sci, like environmental science kind of, but nothing too like the easy classes like to take.
Like
you know?
all of them are the easy classes for you.
No, absolutely not, dude. We had to take like a coding like math class for like environmental science. Like I had no idea what I was doing.
Coding math.
Dude, it was like coding math, but for like
Coding or math or what is that?
it was like coding and math.
Coding math.
It wasn't math. I had no idea what was going on, dude. I had my friend like help me do the whole thing pretty much.
This is above my pay
know what
grade,
that means,
brother.
though.
No, I don't know.
Dude, I
We
didn't
just
even
went
know
to a
it.
different language for a second.
I don't know what it was, dude. I didn't even know what it was. Yeah, my buddy was like doing everything pretty much.
What'd you study, AJ?
We know sports management.
A sportsman. Dude, I don't know if we have sportsman.
No, you don't.
It's not a real
Oh no, there's like a grad school.
So
sports management.
A&M, we
Yeah.
had one for like the athletes. It was called Recreational Parks and Tourism. That was
That's-
where like all the athletes were at.
Dude, So you did recreational parks and tourism, or
No, I did sports management.
Okay,
That was
which
like,
is like tier above.
Yeah, it was like a tier above.
You were at the top end.
But you
of
know
the
what's
athletes.
funny is they were hard because they had to find stuff to make it legit. So like you'd be doing these classes with tons of work for no reason, you know?
Yeah.
To like make it like a 3-credit class, they were adding stuff.
That's funny. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like every guy,
Like nonsense, you know?
yeah, but every guy on tour, I like ask what they did, or like if they're like international, they're doing some like university, like, yeah, I'm doing sports management. I'm like, how many sports managers like?
Well, it's
Are
general.
there?
There was
None of
like,
the tennis players,
I have no idea.
they don't do anything with it. Like I feel like
Yeah,
you can go to, if you want to take it seriously, you'd go to law school after. And then you have like
That's
the whole
brutal.
agent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like a
process.
precursor. Yeah.
Sets you up.
yeah. How did you guys do this season at Columbia?
We were good. Yeah, so we got a lot better from this year to last year. COVID really hurt us because the Ivies were the only conference that didn't have a season at all.
Okay.
So like every other school during COVID, they had a season, even though it was like shortened or whatever. We had none of that. So it was just like we lost everyone except me and one other guy
Okay.
who were starting. So then
Like they transferred.
no, so it was me and one other dude who had played there, and then everyone who was a sophomore was like technically a freshman. So it was 8 new guys. And
But
only,
they transferred. They entered the transfer portal. And
no, they didn't transfer. They just graduated. Yeah, so like everyone
So
So
graduated.
they didn't take their fifth year. Like
No,
the
they didn't do their
COVID.
I
fifth
got
year.
you. I got you.
Yeah, they just graduated during COVID. And pre-COVID, we were at 7, I think was our highest.
Okay.
7 or 8 in NCAA. We were good. We beat like Baylor and South Carolina at indoors.
Yeah.
I was playing like 4. We like lost like 2 matches or something, but our team
Yeah.
was like really, really solid. We beat Tennessee, Oklahoma State, all this stuff. Went to indoors, which was good. And then like the continuum of like the culture and how it was totally got broken, because then you have 8 new guys coming in
Yeah.
and only 2 returners. And so like they think that they know, you know, like what's going on, like this is how we should do it. They just think it's a continuation of juniors, but it was completely different.
Yeah.
And so that really hurt us last year. We were 16 at one point was our high, but we finished like 25, 26,
Okay.
which kind of sucked because like I feel like we could have been a really good team, but the culture just like wasn't there. Then this year it's gotten a lot better. Last year I did better in single, like individually. I hurt my wrist and like I tore my shoulder this year, so it wasn't really.
Damn.
It was tough. I broke my wrist last summer, like right after NCAA's. There's just a divider in between courts, just hidden inside
Oh, you
out
did
forehand.
playing. Damn.
Yeah, I just slipped, landed on it, and it just broke. Like, so I was playing in a like a cast kind of.
You
Like-
slicing backhands or what?
Yeah, I played the whole summer just slicing.
No way.
Yeah, it was a grind. Yeah.
Did the
for
slice
sure.
get better though?
Yeah, of course. Slice got a lot better. Yeah, I think I got like 1 point. I played like the tournament in Notre Dame. I won like 1 round.
But you won with a cast.
Yeah, I was just ripping forehands. Yeah, it was a
I would have
grind.
been so tight playing you, like spinning the racket. You see the
Dude,
cast, like I
the
can't
guy-
lose this match.
The match that I won, the guy full body cramped. It was like 3 hours. Yeah, in the third set, full body cramp default.
Was it hot?
It was like 80, 85, not horrible. It was at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It was fun. But then I went to the like this playoff thing for the top 8 Americans in college. And I had this like the cast on. And I beat a friend of mine, good guy, Dostanic. I don't know, Stefan. I beat him 6 in the third. Yeah, USC. Yeah, he was really good. He just came off like the final of a future. He was probably pretty burnt out. I showed up with the slice. He was probably like, what the hell is this? And then I was up 6-1, 6-5 serving. When I broke him to go up 6-5, he destroyed his racket. Then he like just hit to my backhand, won that game. I lost the set 7-6. I was down 3-0 double break in the third and then won 7-6. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like a wild match. And then I got killed by like Maloney and Murphy Casson.
So when I played you, what was it? End of last year.
December.
You were fine. The
totally.
body was fine. Because
Yeah.
I don't remember any slicing.
No,
I feel like I would have remembered the slicing.
Dude, no, that healed like August. I was okay.
Okay.
But like I hadn't hit a backhand in like a long time. I decided to go to Asia to play futures. I thought it would be like cool to see. I'd won 2 of the UTR tournaments, the Pro Series ones. Like right before that, I started to hit my backhand at the end of it. And I was like, oh, this feels good. I was playing on clay, whatever. But in Asia, I was just hitting so defensive on it. Like I was not stepping in at all.
Yeah.
Because when you're slicing, you're just like moving back. So it was like,
Defending all day.
yeah, so that was tough. And then going into the season immensely, I was like done. I played every week. I was like, why am I here?
Yeah.
In the fall. But
Do you have a deal with UTR or how does that work?
yeah, they reached out to me. One of my assistant coaches, he was at Columbia, then went to USC. he's I think friends with those guys. He's a good dude, Rich Bonfiglio. He's now the head coach at Penn actually. So we played them this year, which was pretty. It was pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah, he's crazy. He gets pretty loud. He's a good guy though. He helped me a lot, and he kind of set that up. So it was like it's kind of like an NIL thing. Tennis players.
Yeah, how has that affected the college, I guess, landscape? The
Yeah.
NIL deal?
Yes, I think some guys at like big schools, if they're like they can kind of do a thing where alums will like kind of do NIL, but they're just kind of like helping the players.
Yeah.
Okay.
For most of us, I don't think it really affects
So
that much.
Especially
But
tennis,
yeah, but if you're like a football player at a big school, it's like it's awesome.
Yeah,
You
make a
You know,
lot
or
of money for
basketball,
sure.
but not.
Yeah.
So my personal question to you was going to be, what do you think about the UTRs? But
Oh yeah, I love them.
You like
yeah,
them?
Yeah, I think
You
they're
think-
awesome. They're like they're a really good thing because you can go and actually like make money. You know, if you get to the final, it's like $2,500. You win, it's like $3,500.
I think it's a good concept.
Mm.
It's just that, like, if you're traveling and unless you make top 4 or 5, like you got the hotel or the Airbnb, whatever it is, and then you got the airplane, like the actual travel, you're not really walking away with that much. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like if you're
That's
a
true.
player at our level, it's like, would you rather play for points or play for money? And I don't think it's enough money to like pool top players from futures yet, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to ask you.
I mean, unless you're a joke and just winning them all the time, you're finishing top 4 every week, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like not a lot of people just do that, you know?
Yeah, true. I
Yeah,
played
no one
one.
does that.
I played one and I withdrew in the first match, so I didn't even play.
I played the 2 in Texas when I stayed with you guys. Like if you
that's
have
right.
things working out, it works out. Like if you have things like accommodation, it works out pretty well. But like I said, I think if you're going out on your own, unless you're finishing top 4, you're breaking even essentially, which is it's better than futures from a money standpoint. But I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I feel like another thing that's really good about it, those matches, like here, if
Yeah.
you have a great week, you know, you're playing 4 or 5 matches, whatever. Like
Yeah,
there,
you
you're
lose first
playing.
round, and you got 6 days and nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have so much downtime, like to get reps, to get matches. Like those tournaments, you can get like 5 matches in, even if you're playing. Like,
Yeah,
poorly.
it's a great concept.
Yeah.
I like the
And
concept.
so like that, just from like you want to get matches against solid guys, because like we can practice all day, but honestly, like
Yeah, that's true.
like you can hit the ball 1,000 miles an hour in practice, like winners on everything. That you can go in a match and like just shank everything, like push. Like, so it's not. I feel like it's not.
Sounds like trauma.
No, but it's just like, I mean, I see these guys, like we have like some practice warriors on my team, and just like in general, like
Everybody
you know,
does. Yeah.
everyone, like these guys
Yeah.
are just like gods in practice. I'm like, why don't you just do that in a match? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and
That's
then
true.
but I feel like you can rep stuff. Like it's good to get matches in. Like if I were to ever have like 3 weeks where I'm like done first round, I'm like, okay, next week I'm playing a UTR tournament,
Yeah,
get like
get
5
some
matches in.
matches.
Like this is not, like it's not worth
Yeah.
it.
So you play a lot of them, the UTRs.
Yeah, I play a decent amount, like especially when I'm trying to get matches from like December until like January before the college season.
Okay.
I usually play like a bunch of them. I think it's pretty good.
What's the summer gonna look like for you? You gonna play UTRs or?
No, I'm just gonna
mostly
play
futures?
futures this summer. Yeah, hopefully
Okay.
do well. And then just stay in LA, like this area.
Oh, you're
It's
gonna
not-
play the whole
It's not bad.
California.
Yeah, I'm playing the whole SoCal swing, dude. I mean, it's
You're gonna
really
play
nice,
8 in a row.
dude. Yeah, well, I missed the first one, but I'll play the next
You're gonna
Oh,
play all
nice.
them in a row.
for sure, dude. It's so nice. Like, it doesn't feel like tournaments. I'm just like, you play, you do whatever for like 4 or 5 hours a day, but you got so much time. Like I can go to the beach. Like
It's
I remember-
beautiful here. It's
I
a
remember.
joke.
I remember that after my first year out, like playing pros after school. I
Mm.
remember like going to training and doing fitness, and then my day's done. You know, like
Yeah.
I would train twice and do fitness, and then like do some stretching, and my day's done. I have no homework to do, nothing.
It's a
Like
great
you know,
feeling.
I was like, what is going on? Like, look how much time we have now compared to when we were in school. Like, you have to do stuff all the time. You're losing sleep because you have to do homework and wake up early, do weights. You know, it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
a big
it's different.
difference.
Yeah, it's super different. I feel like there's so much downtime, and like you can do other stuff, and like I feel like a lot of guys like don't really like do
Yeah.
anything else on the side. Like they just, which is, it is what it is. I feel like guys talk about like the grind and playing tennis, like they don't want to do it anymore, blah blah blah. But like the real world is so much worse. Like
Yeah,
going to work is so much worse
it's
than,
true.
than playing tennis. Like it's not even close.
Did you
Like,
have to work in school?
No, I never worked in school.
You, Justin? No? I was required to, but then because I didn't have a car and I was an international student.
What do you mean, like an internship?
Yeah, I was supposed to do an internship.
Yeah,
and-
that was. I had to have an internship, but then I
Yeah.
was like the team manager, and I just trained.
Okay.
See, I just had to take another. I had to take another minor instead of doing the internship.
Yeah, I
My
had
minor
to
was
do the same.
my minor was recreational parks and tourism. I'll take
Oh.
another minor.
Poor effort.
I was supposed to work too, but I think because I was international, so the companies there, I did construction management. The companies in Cincinnati, like, they didn't want to hire someone, an intern that they knew may not, like, I have to leave the country after or whatever. And I didn't have a car, so, like, I don't know, like, how I would get to work all the time, you know? So then they just let me do, like, 2 more classes, and I just did classes.
It's like
instead of having to
RPTS.
work.
You want to know the real story? Was I originally was going to take business as my minor. I went to the first class, my first business class. I swear it was in Chinese. I texted my supervisor. I was like, "We're not doing this. We're going RPTS." I was like, "This is not happening." I tried. I gave it a good hour.
True.
Didn't happen.
We already have a side hustle.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, so back in during COVID, when I was during COVID, I took the year off of school. Not the year, I actually took 1 semester off. But the guy who I was traveling with, he retired. His name is Jean Jean. Like he's from
Yeah,
you know Jean. Yeah, so now he's working in the city actually to start up. But we were like rooming together and stuff, and I hurt myself, so I was just in Tunisia like waiting for my body to heal, like doing nothing. He was like, "Hey, like
That's
I had
a
this
crazy place to wait.
Yeah.
In Tunisia doing nothing?
Well, it's during COVID, so I was like, I don't want to go all the way home. Like, I'll be fine in like a week and a half.
Oh, okay.
Might as well. But it ended up that I wasn't fine in a week and a half. But regardless, during that week, I was like,
That's brutal.
yeah, it was. Dude. I got an
Bro, I
MRI
went to
there.
Tunisia for 2 weeks. I was like, I gotta go.
Well, you got an
Like,
MRI in Tunisia?
Yeah, it was like $50. Like it actually costed like $50. And the guy was like, yeah, this is the best like technician. Like he's gonna read it super well. He's like, oh, you have a muscle strain. I sent it back to the U.S. They're like, your rib is fractured. I was like, I thought this guy was the man. Like, and the dudes who were like reading the MRI for me at home is one of my best friend's dads. He's like this like really nice like Asian dude. And so like they get this like postcard with like all this Arabic on it. And they're like, what the fuck is this? Like this like huge, like all this Arabic writing. They're like freaked out. Like a package. They're like, is this for you? And he's like, yeah. Like the technicians were like super freaked out. And after like 5 minutes, the guy was like, yeah, it's broken. He called me. He's like, you got to go home. So, but during those 2 weeks,
your tour's over. Let's get home.
Yeah. So I went home, but
just
during
join them
those
also.
few weeks where I was in Tunisia, like Jean had the idea to start a company where you just take the logos of like different country clubs and you customize dampeners. You put their logo on it. So he's like, hey, like, I don't know. I don't have time to do this. Like, you want to do it right now? So he was working on Pro Stringer. I don't know if you know what that is, but John he was like running all their stuff, like all of Pro Stringer stuff, just like grinding it when he was on
Was he
tour.
one of the inventors of the Pro Stringer?
No.
No, okay.
No.
I thought he was for some reason.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was him and Ruben that did it together.
Why you
but,
say no like that?
They were doing it together.
Of course not. Of course not.
No. Jean he's not a mechanic.
He's like the marketer.
No, he was just like answering emails.
He's
like
just a guy.
all the.
So he
He was tech support, but no, he was doing all like the financials and stuff. Like there's a lot like day to day that you got to do for all these things. So
Yeah.
John was handling that. He didn't have time to do anything else. So like then I started looking at like factories, like where to source this stuff from, like how
This
you
is
get.
all dampeners.
That's what we started with. Originally it was just dampeners for like maybe like 3 weeks, and then people were asking us like, you guys have any like wristbands, bottles, towels? So we just started getting like more and more stuff. So now we do dampeners, wristbands, bottles, towels, hats. Like we have like 20 plus products. We do pickleball stuff. We do golf also. It's
So it's basically just like putting a logo on a towel or on a bottle or something.
yeah.
Like
So
the
like
club logo or something.
yeah. So we don't actually like make like we're not doing anything proprietary, but we have like all these factories that we work with. And so if like we work with UTR and the USTA, we have like 300 clients now or so.
Sick.
Yeah, it's done really well. Like when I was playing on tour, when I was in the US, I'd like get injured every like whatever few months, you know, and you just go home. And when I was at home, I would go and I'd like cold call all these different country clubs, tennis clubs. I'd like reach out, ask to go see them. Then I would go like, you know, show up, meet with them, show them our products, like here's the catalog, blah, 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 go through it. And so that's how we like really started pushing it. Now Jean does a lot more than I do. Like he handles most of it, because day to day we're getting a lot of like email requests for different things. and he's just like responding to those, reaching out to the factories, coordinating most of it. So he's taking almost like all the profits, which is like I've like, please take it. I'm not doing as much as I was before, but hopefully I'll build back up.
I guess that was the question that we had, because the question that we got sent in was that this is what helps fund you to play on the tour and to play these tournaments. Is that true or not really? Or how's that work?
It allows me to like rent like a really nice car. And,
Yo,
like,
the man pulled up in a convertible just now, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I always rent like, convertible stuff like that. Like it allows me to do,
waste his money.
it's not. Yeah, I mean, like I feel that's why I love LA, dude. I'm shoving it. Yeah, but no, like it allows
driving
me,
up the coast in the convertible with the ocean next to you. Life's not bad.
Yeah, it's really, really
This
nice.
is supposed to be our hustle. I'm still sleeping on air mattresses, so we have to put in some more time before I get to drive convertibles and sleep in nice hotels. So.
Yeah, only a hotel for only like 2 days. I'm gonna go to so like it allows me to do nice things. Like I don't want to like really waste the money, but my parents also help me with the vast majority.
Yeah.
Also, they just wouldn't be like, "Hey, go rent a convertible," or like, I'm able to do that with like with this money, things like that.
Okay.
But no, it's definitely helpful, and it's cool. Like it's good experience. When I'm not doing anything, I can send emails, reach out to clubs, go meet with people. Like it's really nice to like have a business and something that I can, if I put a lot of time into it, I know I can grow it a lot. When I'm done with school, I'll put way more time into it. Yeah. And we'll like focus on it.
What's funny about the convertible thing is I was told that you ride a city bike to train in at school.
That's
so how you
why would you want to drive in Manhattan?
No, but wasn't this at school at Columbia, or is this in
Columbia is in Manhattan.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
It's like downtown.
Yeah, no, Columbia's in New York City.
I know that.
The city.
I did not know that. I had no clue where Columbia was actually. Why didn't I do research?
I thought it was in Columbia.
Dude, people all the time.
Why didn't I do research before this started?
No, I mean a lot of people know. Not a lot of people like know where Columbia is.
It's
like
okay,
when,
buddy.
dude, no, when we're on
Let
the
guys
road.
talk.
When we're on the road, people are like, they're like, "Oh, is this like a high school? Like, do you guys play soccer?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's our high school. Like, we play soccer." It's like ridiculous. Yeah. It's like Columbia tennis. Like, you guys soccer, right? Yes.
We got that all the time.
It's
and
ridiculous.
my teammates are always assholes that always start messing with the guys. Like, yeah, we're in a rock band.
But A&M
what's that gear? Yeah, we're in a rock band.
A&M is one of those teams that you just know, like they dress head to toe in the color, like all down to the shoes. Like the shoes are like, what is it, maroon? Is that the color?
We look like maroon Smurfs.
Crazy. A&M is one of those teams. I saw on your Instagram that you have also like you're vegan, right? So you have like an Instagram page for vegan spots. So
it's been
what's
like
that?
2 years since I posted.
Oh, you don't use that anymore?
Not anymore. Not at all. No, it was just something that I used to do for fun.
Okay.
Do you miss meat at all?
Huh?
Do you miss meat at all?
No, dude. I don't.
That's
I don't.
brutal.
When did you start?
That's a good question. I started 6 years ago. It's been a long time.
What? So you haven't had any meat in 6 years?
No meat, 6 years.
Not once.
Not one time.
Big mistake.
No. I mean, I'll
How
eat,
do you even
like,
make a mistake like that?
Error.
Accidentally eat a burger.
I
Unforced
couldn't
error.
eat meat. Yeah,
What do you mean?
I could not eat meat, dude. I couldn't do it.
What was the reason why?
I watched. It's good. I was like 16. It was like pretty ridiculous. I watched this documentary on like how bad eating meat is for the environment.
Food Inc. or something?
It was called Cowspiracy, which is like a ridiculous.
I think I've seen that also.
It's a ridiculous name.
I watched that garbage too. Yeah.
No, but it was cool. I watched it. I was like, holy crap, like this is crazy, because I thought I cared a lot about the environment and all that stuff.
You thought
how's that convertible for the environment?
Probably not the best, but we do what we can. We do what we can with what we are given.
Perfect.
You're canceling it out. You're canceling it out with the veganism.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, but no, the reality is like, well, something that I like learned in this documentary, whatever, like everyone's like, yeah, use less like water when you shower. Like only 5% of water in the US is used by homes. So like you could leave your water on all day long. It does not matter at all. Most of the water goes to like animal agriculture. So like the irrigation, all this stuff, like the cows drink a ton of water, all the livestock, blah, blah, blah. Also like a ton of waste. It's just crazy. Because like we could be feeding humans with like grain, all this crap, and we're just giving it to cows, which is, I mean, in countries where people are starving, like actually starving, they're just feeding like cows instead of the actual people. Which
So what's the, like, do you notice a difference? I mean, it's been so long. So like, what's recovery? What's recovery like for you? Like, do you get sore more often, or like, what's your source of protein, or how does that work?
That's fair. It's a good question. Dude, the Instagram is called "How Do You Get Your Protein?" That's what it's called. So I thought that would be good if I ever tried to like really be a food blogger or whatever. When I was like 10, I was like 16. Like,
This podcast is gonna end. He's just gonna go delete the whole profile.
No, dude, that thing is staying up there. It's good. People go, they're like, oh, like you're vegan. I'm like, yeah. But it was, or what was the question? How do I get like
protein?
Yeah, I mean, you can go protein shake, you can go tofu, you can go beans. Like, there's a lot of.
What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I eat a lot of tofu. I have like a lot of protein powder, things like that.
Like after a long match, you don't get that craving for like a Chipotle burrito. Like
I could do a burrito bowl,
double
dude.
meat.
It's sofritas.
Sofritas. I go sofritas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go sofritas at Chipotle. But no, I get enough protein. I feel like I recover like really, really fast compared to my teammates. Like I feel like I'm fresh like way quicker than they are.
Are you the guy who like tries to convince people to change too?
No.
See me eating
I learned
burger,
early.
like, what are you doing?
I learned early that that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
You don't. People hate you.
That's
not
like
how
the
you
worst
learn.
kind of
Quick.
person.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's an asshole." Yeah, you can't do that. If someone asks, like, I'll talk about it, but like, I will not be like, "Hey guys, like, this is what you should do." No,
Yeah.
no.
So you've never given a speech to any of the teammates? Like, this
For
is
sure,
why,
I have. For sure, I
This
have.
is
When
why
they
you
bring
need
it
to
up,
Stop eating that chicken right now.
well, when they bring it up and they're like fucking with me, of course I'm gonna be like, "You're a fucking idiot, dude. Like, what are you doing?" Like I'm like, "You wonder why you're on the fucking bed?" Like, not actually, but you know, it's like, like in a sense, yeah. I mean, if someone's like actually giving it to me, giving me a lot of shit, then I'll like get into it.
Okay.
But unless someone like comes at me, it's like when someone hooks you, like you're gonna get into it. But
True.
unless they-
Speaking of giving shit, I was told Colin Sinclair told me today to ask you about Stanford, like losing to Stanford.
Oh my god, that was brutal. That was horrible.
What was that about?
About
Like, how was the match? Like, what happened?
it was crazy. I mean, they honestly like they had their full team back for the first time all year. I think their guy Basing was still like kind of injured. But they had their full team, and they have like 4 guys who are like top 50 in college.
Okay.
Probably better than top 50. I have 4 guys who are like top 30, who had been top 30 at one point during the year. So they're like an insanely talented team. Like, you know, they always get on real recruits. All their guys were back. We played them at the U.S. Open, which like isn't our home courts because we're rebuilding our facility. The outdoor wasn't done.
Okay.
So like we had no home court advantage at all. Like we played them on super fast courts. We'd played there for like 3 days before. Their guys came out. They played like unreal. They pretty much kicked our ass. It was
Did people come to watch?
lot of people, lot of Stanford's people, a lot of Stanford's fans were sucked because it's New York City, right?
Yeah.
So like all the Stanford guys who are working there.
You're playing away at home.
Exactly. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. Like the guys were following me side to side heckling, which is like, you know.
Is that the excuse to Colin that you had no home court advantage?
No, I didn't. I don't know what he's talking about, but it was a brutal match. What happened though was like they killed us. It was like 4-1 done. But they had made an illegal substitution, or like their 6, like the guy who was supposed to be playing at 6 didn't play. Someone else played. It's supposed to be this Polish guy. They announced the Polish guy, and it was this Indian kid who actually played. So they're like game set match, like Polish kid, and it was like an Indian dude. We were like, what? And then so like my brother, I was watching his court. He was about to serve for the match, and then he went and they shook hands and stuff. And our coach and Stanford's coach were like, keep playing. We were like, what? Like, we had
Because
no
you
idea
guys
what
thought it
going
was
on.
done.
Huh?
You guys thought it was done?
We thought
or
it was
what?
totally done. Their guys were like celebrating, like all chill, blah blah blah. Like, and then they're like, no, keep playing. We're like, holy crap! Like, all right. And then my brother held whatever. It was 3-2, but we would have gotten the point that was disputed. So like technically 3-3. And then we went to like the match that was the decider. We lost 6-4 in the third.
Damn.
But they should have beat. It wasn't a real 4-3. Or 4-2. I was like, it was 4-1. Like they played really well.
They're the better team.
Yeah, that day for sure. Like we weren't ready that. Like we were 13 in the country at that point, so they came to us. We'd had a great season. I think we talked about. You asked that earlier. I never even got to it. I went on a tangent, but yeah, but no, but like we had a really good year. It was just tough to end that way because we lost to Harvard twice. The second time was during Ivies. It was 4-3, 7-6 in the third at their place. In the Ivies, there's no tournament, so it's just like you alternate. So like last year we played Harvard at home. This past year it was away. Next year it's gonna be at home. So it was like it was brutal. I mean, they're fans. I don't love no love for those guys really.
Is that the rival?
For sure.
Biggest rival.
Yo, how do you like college tennis compared to pro tennis? Like,
I love college. It's
you
awesome.
prefer it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's awesome being there with your teammates, like my brother, my coaches, everyone who's there with you, supporting you like all the time. It's really nice. Like I love leading a team. this year I was lucky enough to be our captain, so it was fun. Like the kid who was playing one for us this year, Michael Zhang, he's playing unreal. He got to the finals of Wimbledon last year. He just beat like Kopel and
He's a good player.
Challenger. Good player. Yeah, he was All-American this year, which is really cool. So I grew up playing with him like every day during COVID. It was my brother, him, and like one other really good kid from Jersey. We would all train together every day when we were like they were like 16, I was like 19 or whatever. So growing up with them and like being on the team with them it's really cool. I love our coach. He's like the man. So he's crazy, absolutely insane. But
Like in what way?
just like mindset, mentality, like let's go, like it's raining, like we're squeegeeing the courts while it's raining. He's like, this is gonna make us better, like we're doing this on their courts, like it's like insane.
You're
like,
wetting the courts more.
yeah.
Squeegee,
No, but like we were
pushing water
squeegeeing the
around.
courts the day before Cal. It was like drizzling, just so we could play on it for like 30 minutes or whatever. But just like he's all about like how to work hard, how to get better. He thinks like tough school like makes us better. He's like, this school isn't even hard. Like you guys have no idea. Like,
Does the team buy in? Does everyone buy into the leadership?
so before we were like completely bought in. Now we're like really getting there. But we got to do a better job. Like if we listen to everything he says, like we will be one of the top like 4 teams in the country. Like because we're talented, we have a ton of good players. And if we do like exactly what he says, like I'm sure we'll be one of the best teams in the country. But it's tough because like no one wants to do all this crap. Like no one wants to do it.
It's
Like-
crazy college tennis.
Yeah.
Like 1 year we had a sick team on paper, but the chemistry was bad, so we underachieved like crazy. But it's an individual sport, so you would think it wouldn't really matter,
Team
but it
chem
makes a huge difference.
in tennis, in college tennis, team chem is like the biggest factor, the
Makes a
biggest
huge
X
difference.
factor.
I understand it, but yeah.
It's huge. Look at UVA these past 2 years. Like, no one would think going into the tournament that UVA was going to win past 2 years in a row. But, like, those guys, they have, like, a winning culture. Like, there's no secret sauce. They just, like, they love each other. They somehow come together and just, like, put it together when it matters, like, which is crazy. Because if you look at it on paper, they lost to Ohio State, like, not close twice this year, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, that's, like, what you were saying. It's huge.
Are
It's
you guys
so
pretty
important.
close to team?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
seems that way from like some of the messages we got like preparing for this episode. It's like it seemed like you guys like they talked about music, like you guys like bond over music or something. Like, is it
What
a
were
big
they
music
asking?
team or something?
What were they saying?
I don't know. I don't remember the specific question, but I was just saying that it seems like you guys are very close by some of the questions.
Spend
that
a
we
lot
were
of time
getting.
together. Yeah, we
I
got
think you need that though. Like we were forced to live together. Like, do you guys have to live together? Or
we
do
don't
you
have
guys-
to live together.
But do you?
Some of us do. I don't. I live off campus now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good. Like you got to spend a lot of time with teams. I wish we'd go out as a team more. A lot of the guys don't like to go out, which is fine, but it's kind of annoying. I'm like, we're in New York City. Like, let's go have fun. Like, what are we doing? Like this is crazy.
It's true.
But
The coach probably wouldn't be too happy about you guys going out often, huh?
not often. But like, you
Okay.
got to go have like it's.
Yeah, it's
New
team
York.
bonding.
When the time is
Yeah.
right.
It's team
Yeah.
bonded.
Yeah,
Coach, we
there's-
team bonded last weekend.
I'm
That's
sure
what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, I think
It
our
is.
coach is all for it. Like, if coaches like actually know what's going on, like they're gonna be all for their team going out together, like having fun, not like excessively, but like you
Yeah.
gotta go and do it and like have those nights and stuff.
Like the
to,
coach
uh,
knows, like
They
you're
know.
gonna let loose.
It
The
You're
makes
coaches
us
called-
closer
know.
as a team for sure.
The
For
coaches
sure.
know, bro. They all know.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you
can't
gotta
get away with much. Like they're gonna know.
Yeah, no, it's so fun. Like some of the best nights, like going out with my brother, his friends, like our team. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, when you can do that stuff. Yeah, I was just hanging out with one of his friends in Florida when I was training down there. Like it's cool. Like that stuff's really, really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, should we talk a little bit about San Diego? How we like
One more thing though, we skipped the used to do competitive ski racing. Is that
Yeah,
true?
yeah, I did. I used to ski race when I was young. It was ski racing and tennis. So like the whole entire winter, I like wouldn't play.
Really?
I would play like twice a week or
like
whatever.
downhill skiing, like slalom, or
yeah,
like
slalom,
skiing.
GS, like
Okay, yeah.
No
those
injuries
things.
from
You
that?
know what
Nothing
that is?
crazy?
No,
You know what that is?
What?
What that word he just said?
My sister used to.
Slalom?
My sister used to.
I
my
don't know
sister used to
no idea.
competitive ski, and I was on the slopes when I was like 3. My dad had me, so I'm like actually a decent skier.
Brother, I have never been on the slopes in my life. So, I
So
don't know
fun.
Tried to
what-
ski
lots
once,
of
I
lots of
couldn't-
slopes in
I hated
Antigua.
that is zero
I
slopes.
hated it.
yeah.
It doesn't get under like 70 degrees.
I gotta say, people who do that have balls of steel. You're going down a steep hill at like 70 miles per hour, just full steam ahead.
It's crazy. It's a lot of fun.
It's
You were
wild.
good too, right?
Yeah, I saw it. I was like same level at tennis and skiing when I was little, but you can't do anything with skiing. Like you can't. There's nothing.
But they don't
It's
have like college skiing.
I mean, like a few programs, but then what are you gonna do? Like be a pro skier? I mean, I just hate.
What are you gonna do? Go to the Olympics? The X
You
Games?
can.
What are you gonna do?
You can do that, but like you're freezing your balls off. Like you're wearing this tight suit when you're like young, and for like a 45-second run.
Yeah.
Like it's like everything is on like 45 seconds. Like it's ridiculous. Like
Do you do it still or no?
I haven't been skiing since I was like 16, but I'd love to go back. Like this year I almost went. I was like, I'm just gonna
I'm
rip
too scared
it.
to go skiing.
Dude, it's so fun. Like I would love to just rip it in Colorado because we were unreal.
To me, dog.
Yeah, my brothers and I
In
were
the
good.
cold,
That sounds horrible. to
freezing
me.
cold.
You're cold
You
out
know
here
what's-
in 70 degrees.
What's
You
crazy
would-
about
California
this?
has been freezing cold. since
Bro,
I've been-
just standing up, you're cold. So imagine going at like 15 miles an
Wind.
hour. How fast do you go?
Yeah,
Like,
you can go fast for
let's
sure.
say I'm going.
Okay,
I'm a
you guys
beginner.
would be going very slow.
Yeah,
No,
you can
it's
go
it's a
slow.
little bit different of a sport than what he's
My
doing.
point
Yeah.
is, I'm saying that if I'm on the mountains, right, and
Yeah.
I'm going slow, how fast am I going if I'm going slow? Like how many miles an hour?
Like 5.
Like 5 miles an hour of wind blowing in my face.
Dude, no, you have a
but
helmet on, you have goggles
You do like
on.
the pizza. You do like the pizza shape. You know what I'm talking about?
French
and you're going
fries,
like
pizza, yeah.
you're going all the way down. Nice and
What are we
slow.
talking about, bro?
No, that's like how
Hey,
they
this
teach
guy
you.
brought it
You
up.
you go like this with your skis to like slow
Slow you
and,
down.
Like,
It's
this
like your
is to go
brakes.
fast.
So you don't feel like you're slowing down, though. There's no friction, though.
No, you
feels
feel
like
like you're
like
slowing.
this.
Nah,
you're
I
like-
tried it. I
I
did it
think-
one time in my life, and
Bro,
I
if
felt
you try to
I
go
was-
like this and you're a grown man, you're gonna go flying.
I
over
think the
your-
changeover we got to get a GoPro. Go skiing with this guy
Not
here
me.
and
Oh,
mic
man,
him up.
dude,
Me, son.
skiing is so fun. That would be sick. Yeah. No, skiing is. You feel like so free when you're out there. It's like the best. If you have a jacket on, like your helmet, whatever, you're not cold. But like when you're racing, you're in this like tight suit to be like more aerodynamic. You have like a shirt on, like shorts. Like you have nothing under it, so it's like it is so cold. You're like actually freezing.
I want to
Yeah,
experience like
crazy.
snowboarding or something once,
Skiing's
but like,
better.
well,
Yeah, skiing's better. I love skiing.
Well, obviously this guy's gonna say skiing's better. He's
I used to snowboard, too.
almost a professional
I
skier.
tried
No,
snowboarding
not
a little
close.
bit. I like skiing better.
Yeah, you can just like do more when you're skiing. Like snowboard, you feel like I felt like a little
You're limited.
restricted. Yeah, because you're just going. You're like kind of sideways skiing. You can like I don't know. That's probably BS, but I like skiing though. yeah.
I'm gonna search some YouTube videos of people doing sick shit on what's it called?
There's some
Are
sick
you
skiing
comfortable
videos
now?
I
You
can
cursing
show
on
you
the
guys
podcast?
after, like,
That's how you
on-
feel?
Just one. It's
That's how you
a
feel.
little something.
Yeah, I went on like 1,000 tangents there. I feel like we missed like everything. But
That's all
It's
right.
all good. We've been all over the place.
That's part of the
but
cast.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's good
true.
though. It's solid. I'm trying to think if there's.
How's San Diego, AJ?
It's nice. I mean,
How is tennis in
the
San
tennis
Diego,
in San
AJ?
Diego, we're chugging along slowly. It's like I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the ball moves through the air fast here. So like the courts are slow, but the ball flies here.
Did you play at the blue courts today?
Yeah, in the morning. I practice in the morning.
Okay.
You played like 7 hours today, dog.
Well,
For
I mean,
people who don't
our-
know. Actually, we should explain that the match courts. There's 8 courts at USD, University of San Diego, but you can't practice there because they're all match courts. So
You gotta go early.
yeah, you have to go early before the matches, or you have to go to like these other practice courts. Which I mean, I couldn't tell the difference in the speed between
But
the
the pickleball
practice.
lines.
I haven't
The
felt anything
pickleball
yet.
lines are fast. Yeah,
Dude, if it hits the pickleball line, it's lightning.
yeah, it's true.
Also, like it's yellow. I can't see anything. I'm like hitting. I'm like, where
That's
am I
true.
freaking hitting the ball?
And even the blue courts at USD is so bright, like very bright blue.
Yeah, it's bright. It's
Yeah.
bright for sure.
But I
Yeah.
kind of liked it. I like the conditions there. Like, I feel like they're a little bit bouncy. Like the ball
Yeah.
goes a little bit.
Yeah, it's bouncy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice courts. It's beautiful. San Diego is like University of San Diego is beautiful, and then around San Diego is.
Campus is
You,
a joke.
you strike
huh?
me as more of a Cali guy than a New York guy.
That's interesting. Dude, I love it out here, but like I love the grind of like New York, like battling. We
You
talk
don't
about,
you don't seem like the hustle bustle New York guy.
dude.
This man's
Yeah,
rolling in the convertible, like
Like
top
I
down.
know Northeast. I'm part of the Northeast as well. Like you don't
Yeah.
got the Northeast vibe.
He's a
Yeah.
chameleon, bro. He's out here, so he's chilling.
exactly. You gotta shift. No, I feel like it's important to like know how to enjoy, but like when you gotta put the work in, you gotta like going back to what you were saying before, the city bike stuff. Like that was unreal. So we were getting, or our new facility was being built. It like just finished. It's amazing. They put so much money into it. Like the school is. It's been awesome. It's actually I think like $50+ million just for the tennis facility,
Crazy.
which is crazy. We're hosting indoors next year, which is going to be awesome.
Okay.
National indoors. But we were practicing like in the Bronx and the Bronx, it sounds horrible, but like the facility itself was nice. But so we were practicing there, and I would usually city bike to practice. Or no, so what happened was in the fall, our coaches were like, you guys are so soft. Like You're so entitled. Like, take
I would
public
love this guy.
transportation.
I would love this guy.
Yeah, they're like, you got to take public transportation.
Sound like David Goggins of college tennis.
Love it.
Dude, I love David Goggins. I love all that stuff. Like
I would love this
those
guy.
audio, like I listen to those audiobooks, all that stuff all the time. It's unreal. But yeah, so they were like, you're being too soft. Like, take public transportation. Like, figure it out. Like, that's how you take the subway, whatever. Like, walk. Like, we don't care. Just get there. And so I would take like a lot of our guys, like 5 guys. We'd city bike there. It was so fun.
I think
like so fun. It's crazy though.
It's so different because I think Evan told me that their coach like wouldn't even want them to walk to dinner, like at UCLA. Like they would be like they have team dinner somewhere and they gotta all like get in a car. Like I'll send
Okay,
a car.
guys.
Like, yeah, you cannot.
Yeah.
I don't know what are you gonna do, pull a hamstring walking on the sidewalk or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
it's super different. It's super different. Like that's like our coach, our culture, how it's like just like grit, like get tough.
Yeah.
That stuff was really fun. But then I would kind of keep city biking sometimes. Like I was playing this UTR tournament in Randall's Island. I was staying at my place in the city. I would city bike there and back. And then sometimes I would in the fall, like to show them like how to work hard, I'd like give them my tennis bag when they were driving in the van and I'd run to practice or whatever. It was like 5 miles. It was not like crazy, but it was
is
like,
crazy.
Reminds me.
no,
Yeah,
it's not
5
crazy.
miles is
That is
crazy.
It's not
bro.
crazy.
What do you mean that's
I
not
ran a
crazy?
half marathon this
Also crazy.
That's
that was
crazy.
crazy.
That's
That was
That's
crazy.
more crazy.
Dude, I was
You're
yeah,
talking
I was
about two
out, that was
islanders.
insane, dude.
Who runs for fun, dog?
I thought it was horrible, but then I started doing it. I was like, this is cool.
This man was he was obsessed with Goggins at one point. This is when we were living in Texas. We were roommates, him
I
and
like working hard.
This
I
man-
don't like
Yeah.
working smart. Like I go through the wall. I don't
Exactly.
go around the
Those
wall.
This
like
man
working
was
smart.
waking up at like what time were you waking up?
It's true. I
What
was
time were you
waking up.
waking
There was like a 3-month period. I'd wake up at like 4. I'd just run. I'd go to the gym. I'd open up the gym. I'd run, and then I was
Open up the
eating
gym.
healthy. For me, like not vegan. I'm sorry. I eat my meat. I was eating healthy, and then I would train with Taylor from 12 to 4 p.m. in like the dead heat of the summer, and then I'd go back to the gym and then I'd lift.
What happened with Phil when he was waking up so early?
Oh,
Phil-
Phil got pissed because I'd be
So
cooking
explain who
my.
Phil is.
This is a whole nother
No,
story.
you
No,
go.
no,
You
tell
go.
a story. Tell
Okay,
a
so
story.
like,
I don't remember the
I'll be
story
waking
fully.
up. I'll be waking up at 4. I'd run. I'd be starving because I didn't eat. I'd just wake up and go. I'd be starving by like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Like I'd run for like at least an hour, and I'd try to make breakfast as like quietly as possible. And
But the kitchen is closed.
Who
It's
you
like
living with?
we're living with Phil Dent at the time.
Yeah, we were
Taylor
living with
Dent's
Phil.
dad. He's also like so at where we train there. Phil, Taylor, and Jenny. Jenny is Taylor's wife. They all coach at the academy. So at the time,
but Phil's got banter, but you don't want to mess with him. There's like a
Yeah,
line you
yeah.
don't want to cross. So like I knew that, and so like I'm making my breakfast as quietly as possible. But what he got mad at was the smell.
His room is
there.
downstairs next to the kitchen. Yeah.
He got mad at the smell of the bacon. He didn't want to smell something like that at 5:30 in the morning, which is respectable. Like I guess that will come up.
5:30 every morning, this man smelling bacon.
Yeah,
he did
that's
this for
crazy.
3
What did he
months.
say to you?
No, after that one it was Starbucks every day. I did not want to poke that bear.
What did he say to you?
Oh, he lost it. You know, with his accent, like fucking hey mate, there's fucking bacon in here. I was like, it's like Starbucks. All right, let's go.
You know what's a funny story? Actually, do you want to tell the story about the day he got mad at me? Like when we were practicing with Clinchy?
Tell it.
You
so-
want me to tell this one?
Yeah. But to give you perspective, like,
Yeah.
so Phil played like back in the day, like he's from Australia, so he played in the day where like
He was still 10 in the world, no?
I think it was like 4 in
He's
the
another
world.
one of those
Wimbledon final or
guys.
something like that?
He's another one of those guys where it's like he's been through it all. Like
That's
it
what I'm
takes
saying,
a
like,
lot
he'll-
to really get into his head. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like he's one of those guys that's like tough, like very tough, you know?
he's nails.
So you don't want to like get on the wrong side of Phil.
but
you know?
he had a leash. Like he had banter. So like he'd play along, but there was a point you didn't want to cross because then he'd get mad at you.
Yeah, sure.
So if you've ever been to Texas, Texas is just in the summer it's just hot as can be, and then in the winter it's windy as can be, like crazy winds. And so we'd be practicing, and for 4 hours it's just relentless wind. And we just made our courts, so there were no wind screens, nothing. We were just like out in the middle of a plain of wind, and I'm mentally weak when it comes to this, as I already stated. So I'm
Love
just.
David
we're
Goggins,
doing
but mentally
threes.
weak.
We're doing threes. So we're practicing.
Well, no, it's
me,
like
AJ.
we go 4 straight hours, and it's like I'm shank, miss hit. I'm like, this is not healthy for my tennis. You know, it's like this is not realistic. And so I'm just absolutely the whole practice. I'm bitching. I'm just screaming. Like, what is this? This isn't tennis. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's the goal? Like and Phil's like 4 courts down, and so I think Clinchy was not having it either. Like
Yeah.
we both were in a bad mood
So
that
it's
day.
3 of us practicing, and AJ and Clinchy freaking out over the win. You know, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just practicing whatever, but I wasn't freaking out. But like, so then we play a game or whatever, and then Phil comes up to us at the end, like he's roaming the courts, you know, this day, and he comes up and he asks about like how the drill go, or how the game go, or something, and I answered like, oh yeah, I thought it was okay. Like, I mean, a little bit tough because of the win, but I think we managed okay. And then but he obviously. He would have heard them freaking out from courts away, you know? So he thinks that just as a group, we're all just like in it, you know?
Yeah.
So now, like, I'm the one who, now he's in front of our face and I said that. So he gets mad at me. Like, so now he directs his anger to me.
Yeah.
And I try to defend myself, which
Well,
just makes it 10 times
the
worse.
The problem was like, if he would have yelled at me, I just would have accepted it because I knew I was being a little brat, you know?
But he was like, nah, I didn't do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But then Joey's like, what do you mean? And then he just like zoned in on him, and I'm just
And then
sitting there
I'm
like,
sitting down. I'm sitting down, and Phil is like standing in front of me, and like this makes it like a million times worse. I swear. I have my racket in my hand, right, and Phil like he stands over me and he's trying to grab the racket from me, but like I don't know he's about to take my racket. Like he's not like snatching it, he's just like taking it, you know. But I didn't know he was about to take it, so like I didn't let go. So like he pulls and then he's like. And then he pulls it, and then he like shadows something, like kind of ripping.
Makes fun of your
me.
swings,
Yeah,
right?
makes fun of what we're doing or something. Like makes
Yeah.
fun of me, and then after that, like he tells us to do the next drill. He walks away, and now I'm in the biggest mental pretzel, bro. I can't
he couldn't
I
make
couldn't
contact
practice.
with the ball. He
I
left.
couldn't
he left.
practice. I left. We were supposed to play a set. I
You
played
played-
one game.
yeah.
I was like, dog, I cannot think. I need to
just
leave,
left.
and I just
Damn.
left practice.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah,
He was
good times
distraught.
though. Good times in Texas though.
Unreal.
That's cool.
It's a little bit nicer in California than it is in Texas. The weather here, though, it is cold here too.
Dude, this is a different country for me out here in California.
Yeah, it's so nice.
They speak English, but it's a different country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the pace is super slow. Everyone's pretty chill.
Yeah.
I feel like
for
I don't
sure.
know what anyone does for a living, but they have like a lot of money. Yeah.
I
New
think
York is-
people enjoy life here. Like I don't
More.
see many sad people. Like I mean, I'm sure they exist, but people like appreciate life here. Like it's a different
sure.
energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably wrap up because you have dinner to go to tonight, don't you?
No, dude, I got all the time in the world. I got all the time in the world.
Anyway, something we didn't say at the beginning, guys. If you like what we're doing, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube and Instagram.
Share it.
Share
Tickle
it,
that like
yeah.
button.
Whoa.
Do something for the boys.
Yeah, if we have anyone in California watching, come watch us this week in San Diego. We're at USD this week, and then
Careful with parking, or else you'll end up with $100 ticket.
I
like
got a
Jody.
$100 parking ticket today. You saw that
Yeah.
or no?
I guess
Where'd
I
you
get-
park?
I get half
At the
for you?
tennis courts, but
No,
But
they're
they-
gonna refund it.
they have the signs like tennis parking here. So I was like, I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna go there. I park in the lot, and the guy's like waiting for me. He's like, you have a reservation? I was like, I followed the tennis parking sign. He's like, no, you need to like reserve that spot. And he was like ready to give me a ticket. So I was like, where do I go?
How should you know that before you get here?
And so I went to
Have to
public
reserve
parking, and I
a
paid
parking
like
spot?
$3 for like a couple hours because I didn't want to risk it because that's what I wanted to avoid.
Yeah.
That's
But all good. They said they're gonna refund me, so it's all good.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous. Like there's no way that the parking spots are all filled by tennis players there. Like
yeah.
I think I heard the supervisor kind of like complaining to the people.
Yeah. No, but I called him today after I got a ticket, and I talked to the supervisor and the director, and they're gonna refund me. And then from tomorrow, it should be all good. Play early tomorrow, so hopefully I get the spot close by. We have to walk like 5 minutes, 10 minutes today to go.
Why can't we just park in the lot in front of it?
I think we can.
It's
it was
per-
full
it's-
though when we
Oh, it's
pulled up.
full.
It's permit parking. So it's like if you paid for
No.
that permit through the school and like you go there this weekend, you don't have your spot. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But-
like, summertime too. Like no one.
yeah, no one's at school. for
Summer
sure.
classes.
Dude, there's no one. on
Campus is
campus.
empty,
Yeah,
bro.
it's empty. Yeah, yeah.
It's just us.
How nice is
Yeah.
the campus though? I'm a
Oh,
big
it's
fan.
unbelievable. I was telling you, I was like, if I was looking at things other than tennis, like I would have came to a school like this. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
There's
Beautiful.
like Pepperdine.
Pepperdine.
I guess all these schools are really nice.
I mean, it's
the
like a
California
scene. You're on the
schools.
top of a hill, like looking down at the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
crazy
palm
views.
trees.
Unbelievable.
UCLA is pretty nice
Unbelievable,
too.
Yeah. No wonder
Pretty
Evan's in love with California. He wants to come back any chance he gets. Go to UCLA. Sick.
Yeah, it's
Nice
all.
campus.
Some other reasons too.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably wrap it up
Yeah.
because we have a tournament to play. So, Alex, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
We
thanks for
appreciate
having me,
it.
guys.
Respect, bro. Thanks.
Like I
Appreciate
said, if you guys, if we have anyone in California watching it all, come out this week and next week, or I guess any of the 7 weeks, because this man's about to camp out
Yeah,
here for
yes,
2
sir.
months.
What are
so
you guys gonna do? What's your plan?
We decide tonight, actually.
I'm going back to South Bend.
Oh,
Well, I could drive from Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
That's true. It's not bad. South Bend's gonna be like pretty weak.
Well, I think there's not going to be one tough tournament that week just because maybe the 25, but there's 4 tournaments in our region. There's Santo Domingo. Is it Wichita or Tulsa, the 25? Tulsa, the one out here in California, and then South Bend. Like, we rarely have 4 tournaments like that.
At Puerto Rico or no?
Santo Domingo.
But is
No,
it
the Challenger in Puerto Rico.
I didn't even look at challengers. That's above my pay grade.
I think that maybe
I
that
didn't
maybe
even-
next week.
Didn't even go on the Player Zone app.
Dream big. Dream big.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But so I think it's just going to be diluted, you know?
Yeah, it's fair.
At least for 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Yeah, Alex, thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
Guys, like I said, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next week. We're gonna have Josh on next week, so excited for that one too. So yeah, Josh is gonna be on. Yeah. All right. See you guys next week.